What's my favorite anime? Number one, Fist of the North Star.
100%.
Fist of the North Star.
Let me tell you something about this movie, bro. If you ask me what's my favorite movie or TV show, I couldn't give you one. I'm like, Last Samurai's up there, Dark Knight, some other. I got a list. I can't give you one. Now, I'm not the most hardcore anime fan, before I say this, but I like anime. I love my anime.
Yeah.
If you ask me what's my favorite anime, number one, Fist of the North Star.
100%.
'86, 1986, bro.
It's the movie, not there's a TV show. There was a TV like.
Oh yeah, no,
it's not. It's the actual movie.
It's the actual animated movie, bro. This movie is wicked. And when I mean wicked, I was thinking about when I was watching it. Right, first of all, the voice acting was amazing. Everyone had a wicked voice.
That's right. In fact, you're already dead.
Second of all, the dialogue. Some of the dialogue they use is some epic shit, bro.
Physical strength is no substitute for perception. For perception is the key which unlocks the intangible power of the spirit. You perceive nothing.
One of them kind of stuck to me was King Well ones always. He's just
he's
such an epic emperor.
I think I'm gonna do some shorts on that one.
Bro, I think you should. Yeah, definitely. Remember when and again, I love memories, man. I love these movies. Brought back a memory when Sharif used to come over.
Yeah.
We had this big debate when King Well kills Ray, and we were like, no. He says, you smell it. That's the smell of death. And he kills him. And Sharif was like, you spelled it. That's the spell of death. And we were going back and forth for watching it. It brought back a beautiful memory.
Ray, you smell it. That's the smell of death.
This is another one that brought back memories with our uncle who introduced this to us as kids. We shouldn't have watched it as kids. But so I said the dialogue, the voice actors, the animation. Remember what I told you about Spider-Verse? And I told you the background was used as dialogue, as used as emotion.
Yeah.
Fist of the North Star did that.
Yes,
Fist of the North Star animation, especially with the violence, man, the pure violence of what's going on, which is horrible. The background changing colors really showed like really went into like multicolors, like showed really like the powers that they had. The violence that was going on. Bro, this film was so violent, bro, that I can't even watch it as kids. People getting chopped up. It's after nuclear war, so it's after Mad Max, because Mad Max came out. It's like a really Mad Max thing, and I'm gonna bring up Mad Max in a second, right? But had that Mad Max vibe and whatnot. But bro, you see like people getting chopped up, cannibalism. They specifically show a woman with a baby, and then you get these ghouls that come out and kills everyone and eats them and whatnot. But they show the baby and the woman die in the baby's arm. I mean, like, this is violent.
Yeah, it was horrible.
But you know, Ken is, and I love watching these movies again. So this is my perception from it. Like, Ken was the protector of the world.
Yes.
But Lynn, the girl, was the savior of the world through Julia. And I love that. Because obviously she called out for him, she couldn't talk, all that sort of stuff. And you know, the Fist of the North Star is all about Ken. And it was actually a love story, trying to find the woman that he loves, like which was deep. But it was like what got to me was like, oh, you know what? He is the hero. And he lost. He lost the last fight. But Lin came and protected him, and King Rao at the end saw that she was the savior of the world, even though Ken was a protector of the world. And it was something that Ryu Ken said to him, and he kept talking about strength. King Rao was like, I'm so strong, like this. And he goes, and Ryu Ken says something about strength or power is nothing without perception. And without perception, your power is irrelevant or something like that.
Oh, bro, it's deep.
But the dialogue is too much, bro.
It's deep.
Power without perception is spiritually useless and therefore of no true value.
So what he saw in Lin, because he sensed Lin before, King Rao sensed Lin before. So
yes, he did.
He sensed I think he sense of power. But when she came and saved Ken from King Ra killing him, I think what he saw was the perception of power, and he realized this little girl is exactly what Ryu Ken was talking about.
Yes,
which was she has this power, but she's put it into perception, where that's why she's like the savior, bro. Oh my god, this movie!
They need to digitally remaster that movie because every cell is a piece of artwork. It's all artworks, hand drawn. Yeah. They need to remaster this. They need to bring it out. I know I bought an American version recently on Blu-ray. Okay. When I checked it, it still looks the same as VHS.
Okay.
So it's like, come on, man! Like this movie deserves it. And I've seen the animations. Like I've got the box set of the animations what came out originally.
Yeah.
Then they brought out the new ones. But this movie, it really needs that loving, man. So any of you old school manga fans, come on, man, let's get something together, man. Follow us on X. We'll put a little petition together, man. Let's get them to remaster that, man, because it is a brilliant movie. And I think what you said there was a perfect kind of layout of what each of those characters meant. And I think as we get older, because originally we just love Ken and he does the all of that shit and all the violence and the rest of it. But I think the core of it was, the world we live in right now, bro. The world we live in right now.
Represent it because it's power, because he explains it, right? Nuclear war. And what happened is he said every man was scared. I can't remember the exact quote, but it was another epic one. But every man was scared. But what gave them hope was power over other men.
Only the strongest survived. And in this age of chaos, men were fearful, and power over other men made them feel less afraid.
It was like, what gave them confidence was power. That's what it was. It's not like they were brave men or they were scared. Everyone was scared, but power over other men, other people. And this was back in the 80s, so you're gonna say men and conquerors and whatnot. That was what gave them the strength, that gave them confidence. But bro,
that's one movie, which everybody's gonna find weird. Was when smartphones first came out, and I think I got my first iPhone, 2G. That was their first one. If you look at my library, bro.
Or your Instagram?
No, my library, my movies, home movies. There we go. It was the first movie, Divx. You guys remember Divx? Oh my
goodness, yeah.
It was the first movie I popped on my phone.
That's funny that you still got it there, man.
And it's transferred over every single phone. It's always been there. And it is a movie that I could be on the train or the bus and I put it on straight away. It's never come off my phone. Every device I've had, even when it was BlackBerry days, it was on my phone because DivX, it's only a couple of 100 megs. That's it's a movie that's always there with me.
Bro, like what I love again is the expression of artwork and the animation. Like Zenden when he busts up Zenden. But again, it's so violent. He's got the little baby girl in his hand, and he goes, "Yeah, I'll let her queen once I break her into pieces and shove it down your throat." I'm like,
crazy,
And then anyway, Ken bosses him up, and he becomes this big giant, man. And I just love the expression of animation of like the expression through the powers and everything. But Zenden becoming huge, the fat dude becoming huge, it just kind of shows that he just overcome this big giant. It's like David and Goliath moment type of thing. It was a bit like biblical. She was on a cross at the end of whatnot. But amazing. King Rao, like again, another savage, like brothers turning against each other, man. Like it's just crazy. Like
Lord Jaggi,
yeah. Oh. Did I mention that?
No, we haven't said Lord Jaggi.
What did I just say? King Rao.
You said King Rao.
Oh, I meant Lord Jaggi. I meant Lord Jaggi. Savage and like fiend and whatnot. Ray, like they become. Bro, that last scene was deep, man. Just when Ray had a fight with King Rao, and he's just dying, he grabs Ken and he gives him this emotional speech that you're the savior to the people, you're a protector to the world. Think about the children. Think about Julia. Just telling Ken how important he is. And immediately he just turns to King Rao.
Rao the Conqueror, your time has come.
I'm like, well, your boy just told you, please don't
take it easy.
Bro, and again, the violence, man, the blood, the expression of the blood just pouring out. You might look at it and see it's silly, but I think what they're showing, again, is an expression of the battle that
they went through, the power, the force, the velocity, the speed.
Everything.
Who says that?
Who says that? Velocity, speed. What are you talking about?
Alfred. Alfred says it too.
Oh yes,
Look
about
at
Spider-Man. Yeah. Oh no, about
That's
Bane.
what
About
Bane.
Spider-Man. All over the place. But it is though. It
speed, the velocity. Look at the speed. Look at them. You can't keep up with that. You lose.
Yeah. Oh my God. Confidence boost.
But yeah, no, great movie. If you guys are into anime and you're from the era of Dragon Ball Z, and then even with Naruto as well.
Yeah.
And you're over 18, because we've got to say that.
Yeah,
it's a must watch.
But again, before we finish, soundtrack. It's on my phone, though. I listen to it as I drive and I'm working out. Soundtrack, amazing, right? And then I wanted to say, like, the way they ended it as well was deep. He still ended up looking for Julia. Now, first of all, I was like, Julia was just there. Where the bitch run out to? But still, they finished. They finished because Lynn came back to the scene.
That's what I'm saying.
Where'd you go, Julia?
Julia blurred.
Anyway,
I don't want this drama, man.
But they ended the movie with him searching for us. As heartbreaking it is, when I say he loses, I mean he loses the fighting battle against Ral, but he was protected by Lynn. But he loses because he's still looking for Julia, and that's heartbreaking.
That was the main part of the story, bro.
Yeah,
it all started off, man. The 7 fingers of death.
Yeah, man. Shin, Shin. Again, this is what that world does to you. Shin, and Lord Jaggy was a prick. He's the one who turned Shin against what a bastard.
That was his brother, man.
There was that relationship between Ken and Shin. Even though that happened, Ken knew, like, they still had that. There was something there. And Ken was like, man, you really loved Julia more than I did. Like, even though he loves her to bits, like this individual Shin loved her to more than anything. But Shin's philosophy, and again, in that Mad Max world, is like, whoever's the most powerful, that's who gets the women and the jewelry.
In times like these, only the strongest may possess what is most valuable.
And he was kind of telling Julia, you're like, even though I destroyed and killed your husband and whatnot, kidnapped you, eventually you like me. That was the mentality with that ever. But bro, the martial arts, Hokuto Shinken.
Oh, Hokuto Shinken, man.
That's how I learned about it. He's all over the place. Hokuto Shinken. I mean,
大スクリーンをぶち破るスーパーアクション北斗の拳
There is a martial arts. I mean, I learned some pressure point fighting. This one took it to an extreme where your head goes back. Those scenes, bro, when the heads blow up, are the best. But he's so awesome. He's like a Western as well. The way he kind of
So it's like he's still got that Western film, Mad Max film. I think the
new Mad Max, the new one, right?
Furiosa.
Furiosa. Again, I was talking about when I done the review, but there were scenes that were just out of this anime. I'm talking about the motorbike scene. Like they dressed up in their outfits, and then you got the motorbikes, and they're all riding in some sort of formation. Dust coming off. And you only see like from the distance, like the dust of the motorbike. I'm like, bro, they could do a real life movie. Now, if they don't, it doesn't matter. But this is my number one favorite anime. I think Akira comes second for me, and next is Dragon Ball. And then there might be some others in Naruto, but I'm not the biggest anime. I haven't seen all of them, but that's my list. I could easily say my number one anime of all time is Hokuto Shinken. Is Fist of the North Star, the movie 1986, and I enjoyed the show as well.
The show was good, and then the new ones they brought out after, which was really good.
Yeah.
So can you imagine doing that to somebody?
Bro,
like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Shut your mouth. And be like.
Bro, that was mad.
Yeah.
But again, look, I'll finish because I can geek out about this movie all the time. But it has to be the dialogue. It has to be the awe-ness, the epicness of King Ral. I mean, a brother to be proud of. Bro, you can see it, bro. When they say those lyrics, like you should see him. He's like a brother that you could be proud of if he wasn't such a monster.
Oh, you should have seen him, Ken Ral, the Conqueror. A brother you could be proud of if he weren't such a monster.
You see this emperor, you're like, wow. And the way he's on his horse. And
bro.
Thing, and he's so huge, and he's got this wicked helmet on, and he speaks, like I say, it's not elegant speaking, it's fucking epic dialogue.
Epic dialogue.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Come, little brother. Having strength is one thing, but knowing how to use it is another.
And like, you could be proud of him, but then he is a savage and he's just taking over land. But he didn't see, at the end of the day, man, there was a bit of redemption because Lin made him understand, and he didn't kill Ken, and he understood the philosophy of what his master Ryuken was saying. And then he told Lin, if Ken wants to see me, I'm going to be paying my respects to Ryuken, who he killed earlier. I mean, it showed a little bit of hope. But
if Ken wants to find me, tell him I'll be at Ryuken's grave, paying my respects.
Lin was the hope.
That hope, yeah, she was the hope. She was the hope.
And even her to kind of change the most brutal and like most powerful guy on the planet, King Rao. It just goes to show, like, you know, children are the hope. You know, it's
no, exactly,
in a way,
definitely. Without a doubt, that's like a good movie. Check it out, guys, if you get the chance. Great movie.
Fist of the North Star. Check it out.
Not the Gary Daniels movie live action one.
You're already dead.
We're talking about the manga. If you guys remember manga, 1986.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, look, I'm glad we geeked out about that movie because I was happy to watch that on the plane on the way here. It was so much fun.